What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Wednesday. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Take a look at what's going on. I do believe there is a massive move building. We'll talk about that. Also, I want to remind you guys, there's a Discord group in the description below the video. There's a link to it. Awesome community, guys. If you love crypto, you'll love the community. It's totally free. Definitely check it out. There's also some other affiliate links down there that really help the channel out and help keep this content free. You get some bonuses for signing up for some of them. Check them out. If you can use them, that's awesome. If not, that is all right too. Let's take a look at the charts. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, don't put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We do daily updates every single day, and make sure you tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Also, guys, I've been checking on YouTube, and a lot of you guys don't have the all button ticked when you tick the notification bell. So when you tick that, there is a button there to notify you for all. So definitely make sure you hit that. That way you don't miss out on any updates. Also, guys, don't forget to smash the likes. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think Bitcoin's doing. And if you think we have lower to go or we're going to go up from here, I'd like to hear you guys' opinion. I do read all the comments. So definitely let me know what you think. All right. Looking at this, I'm still looking at this as a giant bull flag that we have popped out of and came back down, tested for support multiple times now. So as far as I'm concerned, we've still broken out of a giant bull flag, and we're going to take the first measured move, just looking at it as a falling channel from where we broke out, and that being the measured move 13,300. I do believe there is some massive trade opportunities setting up here. If you guys are trading or want to learn to trade, I will leave a Bybit tutorial up here. Definitely check it out. If you sign up using my link, you get a $60 bonus. And I also have a Prime XBT link down there that you get a 35% bonus. So if you was to deposit $100 or $1,000, they would give you $350 towards your trading account. So definitely check those out if you're interested in trading. And if you do leverage trading, guys, I suggest that you be extremely careful. Don't do extremely high leverage. It is very dangerous to use high leverage. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that, and let's look at what's going on. So in the daily, as you can see, I have this falling wedge drawn in here, and the measured move of that, I showed you guys yesterday that the other way to measure this would be like this. In the daily, it shows up different than the 4-hour. So I'm going to just look at it on the daily here. And the measured move, the break of that, guys, if we were to break up today, it would be around the 10,300 range. And that doesn't mean we go straight there today, but that would be the target of this break. If we broke out tomorrow, about the $10,200 range. I do believe we are going to be breaking out of this pretty soon. And like I said, I will be trading this on the break. Let me get rid of this line here. We're going to go into the 4-hour, but first I want to zoom in and take a look at these EMAs. As you guys know, I like my EMAs. So the 8, the 13, and the 21 have crossed down below the 55. But if you notice here, we are getting support on the 200 EMA. That's why I like to use the EMAs. I think they're more accurate in crypto than the SMAs. But this is my 200 EMA here. We have got support off that. If we drop below that, and right now it's around the $8,700 range, then we could be coming back down to that $85 range, which is our Fibonacci level. Let me show you real quick. Bring the fibs out. This is the fib retracement. We'll go from the swing low to the swing high here, and that lines up. Actually, tomorrow it would line up with the daily around the 85-30 range, and you'll see in the 4 hour we've had that target there for quite a while. It doesn't mean we have to go down there, guys. We could break up from here, but let's look at the RSI. And I want to remind you guys too, my wife's webpage is up, inkerimage.com. She has all kinds of crypto gear, shirts, coffee mugs, beer koozies, hats, aluminum signs. She also has hoodies, keychains, and some other stuff. You can hit her up in the contact to ask her what she has. She can put any crypto you want on any of this stuff, or even if you just want to buy some Christmas gifts and put family pictures on them or anything you want, she can do just about anything on any of this stuff. So that's one way to help support the channel, and you actually get something back for it. So anyways, yep, just quick show for my wife's webpage. I appreciate everybody that has been commenting, liking, and sharing the videos. Also, checking out my wife's webpage. She's gotten quite a few orders, and everybody's seemed to have been extremely happy about it. All right, so looking at the daily RSI, we were in this falling channel. This was our big $3,000 move here, and now we seem to be in a falling, broadening wedge. We could move these lines. Well, actually, let me leave that there. We could clone this line and see if that is a falling channel there, and sort of lines up. I like the falling, broadening wedge here. Now, in the bearish case scenario, guys, we would be coming back down to test the top of this channel, which is possible before our move up. But I am expecting more of a continued move up and breaking out of this wedge here and continuing higher. But that is just my opinion. Now let's look at the 4 hour RSI, and then we'll look at the price action. On the 4 hour RSI, we've been watching this widening, rising, broadening wedge. We are in this falling channel here. Actually, the line, the channel is right there. So technically, we have broken out and gotten support on it. Guys, I really think we're most likely going to move up from here. But I do still think it's possible to come back down for one more test of this 85-30 range, which, like I said, also lines up with the Fibonacci extension. If we go from the swing low here to the swing high, on there, as you can see, we almost tagged it yesterday, not quite. So like I said, it could be possible that we come down and actually test the 0.618 at the 85-30 range and then bounce from there. But I do want you guys to know it's looking like this almost looks like a reversal diamond here. It's a little off. There's not really a lot of touches, so there's no confirmation for it, but there's a good possibility we could continue up from here, guys, and not even come back down to test this 85-32. So in my opinion, I mean, if you guys have been watching this, especially in the smaller time frames, it's just been a bunch of whipsaws and just crazy action in here. Definitely not an area I want to be trading in, but I definitely am looking to trade the breakout, whether it be up or down in this descending wedge here. So if we were to go straight up today, the 200 EMA would line up with the top of this wedge, which is around 8,900. If we broke above that, we could come back down, test the top of the wedge before continuing up. Our next point of resistance there, though, heavy resistance, I believe to be at the 9,300. If we can break through that and make that support, then we'd be looking at the measured moves here, which the first one being just measuring this as a wedge. And if we were to break out, it's actually a little bit lower today. Remember, guys, these targets move when it's on a slant like this. The longer we stay in here, the lower the measured move. So now I'm moving that down to around the 10,477 range. And if we look at the whole thing as a bull flag, and this being the flag pull from the breakout right here, we put that up to the same area. If we were to break out in here today or tomorrow, let's bring it down, would be around the $11,900 range. So those would be the targets there. I also have this 10.9 in here. which was old resistance back here, and it was heavy resistance. So I believe we'll most likely get some heavy resistance there. And if we do break up and through this stuff, this is kind of what I'm expecting. Build support on this, come up, break through here, make support on this measured move, and then hopefully break up past that 10.9, and then we would come back down, test the 10.9 for support before continuing up. Once we break out of this, if we do break up, guys, this is probably going to be a pretty heavy, violent, fast move. So keep that in mind, be ready, keep your eyes on it. And remember, we could come down to this 8,500. If that breaks, the next line of support would be around this 8,000, which is the 0.786 Fibonacci. And if that breaks, guys, then I believe it gets really ugly, but I don't see that happening. I do think we're most likely going to break up out of this. Keep your eyes on it. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to trade it either way. If we break down past this 85, I'm most likely going to put a short in with a tight stop loss. If we break up out of this wedge, I'm going to put a long in with a tight stop loss. Let's look at Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin, this is, zoom in, on the daily chart. We've been looking at this as a giant falling wedge. The measured move of the breakout of this, guys, is $114. And if you guys watch channel, you understand that it doesn't mean we get one big green candle. It means that's our next big target up there. We have a lot of support, or a lot of resistance to get through, and a lot of support to make on the way up there. But looking at this as a bull flag here, and I'm actually going to change these lines up today, and I'll show you why. I really like to use wicks. I know a lot of people like bodies, but I don't like wicks cutting through the trend lines. It just doesn't. I'm a little strict on that. I don't believe you should do that, but we'll still take a look at this how I had it before. If we look at this as a rising triangle or ascending triangle, the measure move would be around the 74.58. Again, guys, I'm going to show you these, but I'm looking at moving all this stuff. This is the 200 EMA on the daily, which lines up with this 72.39. And that was a measured move of the measuring this as a flagpole. And if you can see this line here, I was looking as a bull flag that we did break up. Actually, that's still still works, because once we broke out here, we never came back down below that breakout point. So that 72.39, I'm going to leave there. That also lines up with the 200 EMA on the daily. Now, I do want to show you what I'm looking at now. I do want to change these lines. I'm going to leave, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave this here at the 64.32, because we're most likely going to see resistance if we get back up to that. But I do want to move these trend lines, guys, like this. Like I said, I like to use the wicks. And stick around, we will be doing Ethereum next. As you can see, we had this wick breakthrough here. And I had that target there yesterday, and saying if that broke down, we were breaking down. That is why I'm going to move this now and keep that lined up with the 21 EMA here. I'm going to make this now more of a rising wedge. I do believe we'll most likely break up and out of this if this is a wedge here. As you guys know, rising wedges are normally bearish, but when you're in a strong bull market, which I do believe we're going to continue being in a strong bull market here, I do want to show you though that the yellow line here is our 55 EMA, our 8 cross. Looks like it's kind of rolling over now, but I wouldn't be too worried unless we break down past this 50, right around the $60 range. That would break us out of this, and then I believe we'd be looking at our lower areas here. We'll look at that in the 4 hour. But let's take some measured moves here, looking at it like this now. If we were to break up, say somewhere in this area up here, that would get us around, all depending on where we break out, guys. This is the daily chart, so I'm looking more so in this area. That would be around 77.12 range. And if we looked at this as a bull flag, this being the flagpole, that gets us up to around $80 range, which also is confluent with this old resistance. It definitely, I'm thinking it's more likely we go up here, guys, than break down. But if we do break down, let's go into the 4 hour. Well, first we'll look at the RSI, see if that's giving us any clues. All right, so looking at the daily RSI, and you guys know we can, in the daily, we can break down below these as long as we get back above them before the close. It'll bring this back up. Whenever you're using RSI, don't use the wicks of the candles, use the bodies, because this moves with the bodies, not the wicks. I just wanted to let you guys know that. But anyway, we look like we could be in a rising broadening wedge here. We are dropped below this falling channel again. But like I said, we'll see where the daily candle closes. If we close above this channel here, we'll be in pretty good shape, in my opinion. Let's go to the 4 hour RSI. See what that's telling us. And in the 4 hour RSI, I got this falling channel here, slightly falling channel. If we do drop below this on the 4 hour and close a 4 hour below it, chances are we're going to continue down. If we can close a 4 hour above it within the next few days, I do believe we'll probably come back up and test this old trend line on the RSI, which would be a huge move up. But again, we got to wait and see what happens, what the charts give us. Let's look at the price action. So as you guys know, I moved this. So now I'm looking at this as a wedge because I want to use the wicks. I do not want to use the bodies. And I don't like when wicks go through trend lines. As far as I'm concerned, if it goes through a trend line, it invalidates the trend line. So let's look at this wedge here. The measured move we already took earlier, but like I said, that'll get us around the $72 range or $77 range if we was to break up within the next day or two. And the measured move, measuring this as a flagpole, bringing that up. I'm going to move this up to the $80 range there. Let's put a channel in there so we can keep an eye on it. There we go. Around the $80 range. So that might come out way over here. As you notice, I have this long trend line coming from these supports here and drawn all the way up. So that would line up with the $80 range. Now, the bearish case, guys, on Litecoin, we have to remember that we do have some lower targets down here. And what I'm going to do is put the Fibonacci on this also and show you how we got these targets. We'll start from the swing low, bring it to the swing high. And if we drop below this, guys, and we don't get support at the $59 range, where next support is 56. If that breaks through, 54, 51, which is a 0.618, and then the 0.786 is a $51 range. I would look for a bounce here most likely. I don't see us going down to the 0.786, but actually I think we're going to continue up and out of here, in my opinion. So we looked at the RSI. So all right, now let's go into Ethereum. Ethereum's the same way. It's looking for a setup. And oh yeah, guys, I'm going to play the break of this using these wedge lines here. So let's look at the Ethereum. And I want to remind you guys, I will be out of town. I'm leaving town tonight, but I did get a laptop and I'm trying to set it up so I can make a video the next 2 days from the hotel, so I don't miss out on any updates for you guys. Now, looking at Ethereum, this is on the daily, guys. As you can see on the daily, our EMAs are giving us support right now. If we break down, and I'm going to move this line also a little bit. Like I said, I like to keep it on the wicks. And I think pretty much here, a break either direction, break down out of here or above here, will give us our next direction. Keep in mind though, a lot of times it can break down to a bear trap and then swing back up. It can do the opposite on the bull trap. It can come up here, maybe hit the 200 EMA around 198 and swing back around. So keep that in mind. If you do trade this, make sure you use stop losses, guys. Money management, that's the way to go. All right, so looking at this as a symmetrical triangle, our measured move, if we broke out in the next day or two, would be around 217. Looking at this as a triangle, if we broke down the next day or two, we'd be looking at 156 area. Now, if we looked at this whole thing as a flag pull and we broke up, we'd be looking around the gonna move down a little bit, about the 226 range. If we were to break down, then we'd be looking around the $147, $148 range. But again, until this breaks, we won't know which direction. 4 hour, same thing, same targets, guys. Like I said, nothing really going on until we break one of these trend lines here. I do believe it will be pretty violent and pretty quick, like I was saying in Bitcoin. So don't forget to check out my wife's webpage, guys, inkyourimage.com. There's a link to it below in the description. Also, I'll leave that Bybit tutorial right here so you can check that out if you're interested in getting into leverage trading. But like I said, be super careful. Don't trade on high leverage. And there's also a test net there you can try with fake money instead of risking your own. And never leave your crypto on exchanges, guys. I have links to hard wallets down below. Check them out. You can get some discounts if you use my links. Yeah, keep crypto safe. Keep them off the exchange. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to give it a giant thumbs up. Smash the likes. Leave your comments. And let me know what you think. I am curious. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day.